It look like Bria Hartley just got instant karma, bro. She out for the season. I'm here to tell you the most dirtiest player in the WNBA contract has been written, bro. And I'm here to tell you she's out for the season. Yes, you heard me correctly. Yeah, man, Bria Hartley. So Connecticut PR has released a statement. Bria Hartley is to miss the remainder of the season.
Did Bria Hartley just deliver the dirtiest hit of the WNBA season and then get slammed with instant karma? Fans are furious after Sophie Cunningham went down with a torn MCL in a collision that looked anything but clean. And the backlash only grew when cameras caught Hartley smirking right after Sophie hit the floor. To many, that's all the proof they needed that this wasn't just bad luck. It was personal. But here's the wild twist. The same player accused of a cheap shot is now out for the season herself. The timing? Too perfect to ignore. Coincidence? Or did the basketball gods just hand out justice in real time? If you're riding with Sophie, drop a speedy recovery in the comments, because this story isn't just about one injury, it's about respect for the game.
This picture is going viral with Bria Hartley with the sinister grin, right? This malevolent look that's on her face right now. Clearly smiling after injuring Sophie Cunningham, man.
From the moment it happened, you could tell the play wasn't clean. Sophie Cunningham took the full hit, crashed to the floor, and instantly grabbed her knee. No bounce back. No tough it out moment. She didn't even try to rise. Trainers sprinted over, teammates circled with concern, and the whole arena went silent. This wasn't just another hard fall, this was different. The way Sophie's face told the story before the diagnosis ever could. The pain was real, the impact undeniable, and everyone watching felt the weight of it.
Is the play that just occurred.
That's like she tries to slide over right there, and Hartley just kind of falls and makes collision with that lower leg. You see her immediately grab it. And she went down hard and was clearly in a lot of pain.
But what set the internet on fire wasn't just the injury, it was the image that followed. Sophie was still on the floor, clutching her knee, when cameras caught Bria Hartley with a smirk. Call it a grin, call it a laugh, spin it however you want, but fans saw it as one thing, a player seemingly enjoying the moment right after an opponent went down in pain. That single frame exploded across social media within minutes, and just like that, the conversation shifted. It wasn't only about Sophie's injury anymore. It was about intent.
Oh, and Cunningham is down. My goodness. Should be. Scary moment as we went to commercial. Sophie Cunningham hit the floor hard, and she is being helped off the floor, heading back to the locker room.
The accusation was blunt. That's not how you react to an accident. Fans argued the smile said more than any press release ever could. And once that photo started circling, intent didn't matter. The perception was locked in. Even when Sophie tried to downplay it, saying she was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, the outrage barely slowed. Nobody was buying it. The image didn't match the words. People can stomach the physicality of basketball. What they can't stomach is the idea of someone looking pleased while another player lies injured.
Sophie Cunningham, let's be clear here. Sophie Cunningham was targeted. Let's be very, very clear here. But Sophie Cunningham was flat out targeted by a dirty, dirty player.
And this wasn't Hartley's first brush with that kind of reputation. That's what made the backlash hit so much harder. The smirk didn't just sting. It confirmed what critics had been saying for years. Hartley already had a history of flare-ups and chippy confrontations, so instead of being brushed off as a bad look in the heat of the moment, the photo became Exhibit A in a growing case against her. Commentators piled on, writers branded it the dirtiest play of the season, and headlines screamed outrage. Fans flooded timelines demanding accountability, while the referees came under heavy fire for swallowing their whistles. Instead of protecting Sophie, officials once again looked weak on enforcing safety. And make no mistake, the anger wasn't just about Hartley. It was aimed squarely at a league that punishes players faster for speaking out against refs than it does for reckless hits that can end careers.
Making all kind of excuses to say that Bria Hartley is not a dirty player. Let me tell y'all something, man. Come on in here. Come on in here, man. Let me tell y'all something. If it quacks like a duck, walks like a duck, eats like a duck, it's a duck, man. Come on, man. She is the dirtiest player in the WNBA right now, winning the trophy. All right? Winning the trophy for it. Don't sit here and try to tell me Bria Hartley is not a dirty player.
By the end of the week, the story wasn't about a single game. It was about credibility. About whether the WNBA would finally draw a line in the sand or let another dangerous moment slip by unanswered. Because fair or not, Hartley's smirk had already locked in her reputation. One frozen frame told fans a story they were already primed to believe. And that's the disturbing part. This wasn't new territory. Sophie Cunningham wasn't the first player to walk away from a Hartley collision shaken, and fans are starting to wonder if she'll be the last. Was Sophie just another name on a growing list of opponents frustrated by Hartley's reckless style? That's the question buzzing the second her collision went viral. Because while some try to chalk it up to bad luck or heat-of-the-moment basketball, the receipts tell a different story. They don't paint Hartley as an unlucky victim of circumstance. They paint her as a repeat offender in a season full of low-light moments. Rebecca Allen was the next name added to the list after she caught a shove that had fans pointing fingers all over again. No ejections. No suspensions. Barely a slap on the wrist. But when you start lining those moments up side by side, the picture gets harder to ignore. It's not just one bad play. It's a pattern. And that's why, when Sophie Cunningham went down, so many people didn't see it as an isolated accident. They saw it as the inevitable next chapter. Proof that Sophie was never going to be the last. And this is where everything boiled over. Fans stopped seeing accidents. They started seeing a pattern. And once it's a pattern, the whole story shifts. By the time Sophie went down clutching her knee, Hartley already had a trail of leftovers scattered across the season. That's why the smirk didn't play as an awkward freeze frame. It played as proof. Proof of what people thought they'd already seen with the Reese hair pull, the shove on Rebecca Allen, and now a collision that sidelined one of Indiana's toughest enforcers. The anger didn't just simmer, it exploded because officials seemed blind to all of it. Fans blasted refs for letting hard contact slide one night, then whistling soft touch fouls the next. No standard. No consistency. And that inconsistency fueled the narrative that referees weren't just missing calls. They were complicit, letting Connecticut's physical play go unchecked while players like Sophie paid the price. Then came the double standard.
Circulated fast,
Sophie got fined earlier this year for criticizing officiating. Meanwhile, Hartley racked up a season's worth of questionable plays with no real consequences. For a lot of fans, that was impossible to ignore. And it wasn't just noise from the stands anymore. Sophie's sister Lindsay and her mom Paula put the WNBA on blast too, demanding answers and asking why players weren't being protected. At that point, it wasn't just about one game, one foul, or even one player. It was about a league that looked unwilling, or maybe even unable, to protect its own.